Good day, guys and girls. So, after a very, very long 2 week waiting period, Plunder is finally back. So, this is the Season 1.5 patch notes. As you can see, Plunder, quads, she back. And it's a little disappointing that they took Plunder away because they had essentially promised that Plunder would be there and would be a permanent game mode. They didn't say it in those words, but we're dealing with the same developers that we had on the first round on Warzone 1. And I think they, or at least I was hoping that they understood that Plunder was integral to Warzone. Because remember, Battle Royale, BR, and Plunder built Warzone. Period. You can get all the haters out there, they can say whatever they want. The casuals, the content creators, all those people played Plunder. And one of my famous statements is, those who can plunder, those who can't, BR. So, anyways, you take that with a grain of salt. But anyways, I'm getting away from the point. So in the Season 1.5 patch notes, the developers specifically say, part of our commitment to Warzone is the continuous monitoring of community sentiment, player engagement data, and the pursuit of fun and new experiences. Among the recent additions, Urkistan Resurgence stands out, having generated unprecedented engagement. So just remember that Resurgent has generated unprecedented engagement. Okay? From a Resurgent mode on a big map. We understand that with a large, diverse player base comes varied preferences, but we prioritize introducing and rotating in modes that perform exceptionally well to ensure an enjoyable gaming experience for as many players as we can reach. Okay? Ensure an enjoyable gaming experience for as many players as we can reach. Well, I call BS. And the Plunder community knows this. But it's always nice to have some data that backs up that statement, right? So we come over to activeplayer.io, and this is the Call of Duty live player count. So over the last 30 days, Warzone has lost 15.975 million. So we may as well call it 16 million players. And as you can see, there is no other loss like that. So they've lost 16 million players over this last little bit because of the loss or absence of Plunder. But you go back to their patch notes and they say that Resurgence stands out, having generated an unprecedented engagement. A loss of 16 million players is unprecedented. It is for a negative, but they're clearly not ensuring an enjoyable gaming experience for as many players as we can reach. It's right there in black and white, or in blue in this case. But remember when they removed Plunder for 5 weeks back in September, October? Whoops, 4.2 million players that they lost. Remember in August when they removed Plunder? Whoops, almost a million players. Remember back in June when they removed Plunder? Whoops, 2 million players that they've lost. So I really don't get it. The patch notes too were extremely sparse when it came to Warzone, but you go onto the patch notes for multiplayer, you're going to have to wait a little bit because, yep, we're still going. Yep, we're still going. That's just weapon balancing that we're doing. Yep, we're still going. Oh, they're talking about ranked play now. Talking about all the guns you can use and you can't. No, we're still going. These are the patch notes. They got a little bit for zombies, and that's it. But that was all the patch notes for multiplayer, showing that they do support Warzone, but not in the way that they support multiplayer. So, again, talking about the developer statement saying that they're committed to Warzone and all this. Here's Tony from True Game Data, shout out to Tony, talking about Plunder.
We'll look at them compared to a few of the other previously meta weapons and just see how the stats stack up. I went into the game, got in live Plunder matches, and used my 2 accounts to test all the damage values, and then obviously pulled all the base stats out of the game. It takes a lot of time to do that. If you guys appreciate all the work that goes into building TGD, it's it's crazy how many little things go into every little thing that I add to the site. So if you appreciate that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, drop a comment on the video, help out with the algorithm. Let's get into it.
So that's true game data. That's the primary way that they mine this data to try to figure out damage values, TTKs for all the guns, all the new guns. It comes directly out of Plunder. So you've got people like True Game Data, JGod, Who's Immortal, Psycho, Iceman Isaac, Ace, all these people, I'm missing Gumi, sorry, they all mine their data from Plunder. So you've got all these content creators putting out how many videos a day, a week? Sally is a dog. Sorry, I forgot Sally. Shout out to Sally. All these content creators, they're depending on Plunder. Maybe not so much Sally, but you know what I mean. Whenever you're testing guns and trying to get damage values, it all comes out of Plunder. So before Warzone 3 even released, JGod had this video.
I think we have one that a lot of people have been waiting for, because this is one of the main reasons when you get multiplayer, you can grind out the camos. This is one of the biggest parts of the progression.
But if you don't have multiplayer, you rely on Warzone to grind this. And the best way to grind camos and guns and load up guns is what? Plunder, right? So I just put a nice little comment in there. I wasn't trying to start anything. I just said Plunder needs to be a permanent game mode if you want all those camos. Casual players need a chance to play without all the sweats. Plunder built Warzone alongside BR. I hope these new devs can figure out when Plunder leaves, so do players. Great content as always, Jay. Could you please be our voice of Plunder? Right? That was 2 months ago that I posted that, before they even released Warzone 3 and new zombies and all that. So as you can see here, it had 128 thumbs up. The next closest one was 49 and then 24. JGod even responded himself, and there was 42 replies. Right? The next comments, 1 reply, 2 reply, no reply, no reply, 1 reply. Nothing, nothing, nothing. A couple of thumbs up here and there, but that's it. When we started talking about Plunder, guess what? Just a landslide of comments and likes on it. So JGod just basically said Plunder is already confirmed to be there day one with the Warzone integration in December and no need to voice it. So I know what he's saying, because it was already documented that they were going to have Warzone integrated with Plunder from the beginning. But you got to remember, go back to Warzone 2, they promised Plunder. It took 5 months. That's right, 5 months to integrate Plunder. So forgive me and the Plunder community for being a little bit skeptical. But again, JGod hasn't had a response like this that I can even remember. But as you can see, 128 thumbs up, next closest 149, after that 24. And nowhere near the replies. The next closest one was 2 replies. That's it. So now mind you had some haters in there, but yeah, it was all positive stuff. All positive. So anyways, that's my rant about Plunder. I'm glad that it's back. I'm not holding my breath that it will be back for too long. And it's very clear that the developers are not continuously monitoring the community sentiment. They're not monitoring player engagement data, because Active.io has it there that you've lost 16 million players. And they're not monitoring the pursuit of fun, because again, the people that are more casual or just prefer to have a game mode with contracts and things to do instead of killing, you've removed that. So you're obviously not listening. And then they said that Resurgence stood out as an unprecedented engagement. Well, again, you lost 16 million players, so it is unprecedentedly bad. So anyways, we need Plunder there permanently. We need it for the casual players. The sweats can go do their BR. We can sit back and play Plunder, play objective-based games, contracts, get the occasional kill in there, and have a good time. So apologize for not having the best capture equipment. I don't do this for a living, but I might. So if you like and subscribe to this channel, it'll definitely help me to get some of that equipment, maybe start making some better content, because I firmly believe that the content and the information is much more important than how flashy it is, cutaways, all that goofy stuff. You're probably going to get a couple of jokes here too, so I hope you enjoyed that. But if you're still listening, thank you. Click like and subscribe. I'm adding content like this all the time. It'll be Plunder based, it'll be Warzone based. There's even occasional zombie based videos. Also posting videos about hackers, cheaters, glitches, issues, all that kind of stuff. It is up to the community to keep the developers responsible and keep them engaged and keep them informed of what's going on in the community, because they're clearly not listening. Hope you enjoyed the video, because remember, you never know unless you bear. We'll see you on the next one.